Now, don't get me wrong, I love being a DoorDash driver because it gives me flexibility, especially with how much we travel and all of that. But sometimes the customers are just so fucking stupid that you just sit back and think, what the fuck am I doing? So I just finished an order. Luckily, I did not have to come face to face with this customer because I don't know what I would have said. Anyway, so they ordered from this burger place, and as soon as I get there to pick it up, I get a message that says, hey, can you check that our burger is cooked thoroughly because we ordered from there yesterday and we got food poisoning. First of all, why the fuck are you ordering from the same place that just gave you food poisoning yesterday? Like, you are trusting as fuck for that. I If you were in a horror movie, you would be the first to die because like you are a serial killer's dream. Why are you so trusting? A day? Aren't you still on the toilet? Why are you even getting another burger? My stomach would not handle that. I would not want another burger. Like I would be put off of that for months. So that's one thing. But second of all, how the hell am I, your DoorDash driver, going to check if your burger is thoroughly cooked? Like, yeah, sorry, let me open the bag and take a bite and I'll show you what the inside of your burger looks like. Or what, want me to pull out my meat thermometer that I carry in my glove compartment? Like, what the fuck are you expecting me to do? Stupid as fuck. I literally just ignored the message and I dropped that shit off. I don't have time for that.
Now, as someone who has done DoorDash and food and grocery delivery for a little bit, I can understand where a lot of these drivers are coming from. A lot of people are not tipping who are ordering through DoorDash or groceries. They're not tipping the drivers, which is a huge problem because a lot of these workers make good income from tips, because there's a lot of expenses that go into becoming a delivery driver, because you're going to have to pay for your own gas, you have to pay for higher insurance, you have to pay for wear and tear on your car. These are all expenses that are going to eat a lot of people's profits in the long run. And a lot of these apps are really milking the drivers. They're trying to get a lot of people to order food on the apps by suggesting the tip to be about $1 or $2. So then their total comes out a little bit less. And then most of the money goes to DoorDash itself. Now, I still think that with all this going on, if you need some extra income, DoorDash, grocery, and food delivery services are a great way to get some short-term cash, but I don't see how you're supposed to be living off of it because you're not really getting any benefits. You don't have the health insurance, you don't have the dental insurance, and you're really not making that much money at the end of the day to sustain a lifestyle in 2026 in today's recession. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and take a look at the rest of these clips.
So we just got home from door dashing, and two things that I've realized that I'm pissed about with door dashers. Number one, turn your effing lights on for people.
Yeah, my biggest pet peeve.
My God, it's so difficult when you're driving, trying to see house numbers, and you know you've ordered something, you know it's coming. So put your goddamn light on.
And a lot of these are rural routes, so you're in a back country road. There's no lights. You can't see. I mean,
and the second thing that we've discussed is the tipping. So having somebody shop for your groceries or pick up your food and bring it to you, whatever, is a luxury. You're not entitled to it. So freaking pay for it. So you don't want to get off your ass or whatever the situation is, but at least pay the people that are going out and doing it, to earn money, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. Pay them, what they deserve.
Sorry, guys. She's an angry elk tonight.
I am angry.
I'm tired of the brain dead takes about this DoorDash situation, so let's have some genuine nuance about this. For starters, why was she recording? Because if I rolled up to someplace and the front door was wide open, that's my go-to. Because I don't know if the place is getting robbed. I don't know if the person's having a medical emergency or dead. I don't know what's going on. And furthermore, I don't want to risk the liability of not having evidence on my side. Should that person wake up and decide to throw hands or decide I am the culprit? Next, unless you are going to post links to the receipts or ads to people that have the so-called original video where she pushes the door open, zip it. Because from all of the evidence I have been able to find, Shorty rolls up, the door's wide open. Ain't a push or nothing. Now where she fucks up is posting the video online. What the fuck are you doing? She had it right by giving it to the police, because that's at least an indecent exposure charge, and he should have his DoorDash privileges revoked. But the internet is not for that. The internet is not a diary. The internet is not your close friend. Okay? That should have only gone to the police. Now, if you want to tell your story, I 1000% support that in every way, shape, or form. But to post him and his nethers, no. Furthermore, I have been drunk as a motherfucking skunk. I am talking mixing beer with liquor, and I have never, ever gotten unclothed, laid spread out, with my door wide ass open when I know I have food on the way. Alcohol may lower your inhibitions, but it does not fundamentally change you as a person. Furthermore, we have no evidence he was drunk, mostly because this man has not been found. Like, nobody knows who the fuck this is. She gave a name in her original video, but that original video is down for obvious reasons. I have seen a censored version of that video. On the other hand, there's a lot of weirdos that are saying, oh, she had other videos where she pushed the door open. Produce them. Because the one that got deleted, people were able to grab that. So where the fuck is yours? Quickly, because otherwise you need to stop spreading bullshit. And listen, was that essay? No, it was definitely indecent exposure though. And like I said, he deserves that charge and to have his DoorDash privileges taken away. All right. She also deserves her punishment. She deserves her money because she did do the job. She did do the job. But you can't fucking post naked people online. You can't do that. Like, that should have strictly been evidence for the police. And that's where she royally fucked up.
DoorDash is my only income, and all of you have been wondering how much gas I use in a shift. So I'm going to put $10 in and see how much money I can make. This is before gassing up, and this is after putting $10 of gas in. Here's the receipt for proof. Thanks, Bloom, for the gift. The first order of the day was for McDonald's for 5.4 kilometers. That order was completed for $6. The second order of the day was for McDonald's as well for 4.2 kilometers. That order was completed for $4.50. The third order is for Biscuits Cafe, and it's 23.4 kilometers. That order was completed for $17.75. The next order was 4 kilometers for $5. The next order is for Safeway. There's 6 items. It's 5 kilometers. Let's go.
Code. What card? Card.
That order was completed for $12.50. The next order is for 13 kilometers, and it's for salad to go, and I get a pickup through the drive-thru. While in the drive-thru lineup for salad to go, I got an additional order for like 650 meters, and the Wendy's pickup is right there. Those 2 orders were completed for $12.75, and now I'm at Taco Bell for 5 kilometers. That last order was completed for $7, and it took about 15 minutes for me to get another order, but now I have a shop order for Target, and it's only 1 item for 7 kilometers. Nope. So I was wrong. It was actually only one of these, not a whole box. That order was completed for $8. The next order was for McDonald's for 5 kilometers. That order was completed for $6.50. So it took just over 15 minutes for me to get another order, but I got 2 orders at Raising Cane's for about 6 kilometers for $13. The next order is for Wildflower, and it's for 13 kilometers. That order was completed for $10. This is where I'm at after my 4-hour shift. Keep in mind, this is an estimate. I didn't actually drive 150 kilometers today, but in total, I made $102.75. If you minus the $10, $92.75, which comes out to just over $21 an hour. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.
I just accepted a DoorDash order with 136 items on it, so pray for me. Definitely gonna need this. I'd say I'm about halfway done, maybe.
You want the other cart now or in a minute?
Yeah, I'll come take it now.
Look over on this side. She's got 2 great big orders, and I don't want you to wait, okay? I called Andrew to come help you bag. You should be here in a minute.
Slow down. Just slow down. Okay. Of course, have a good one.
Today, I'm going to find out how much DoorDash is upcharging their food. The subject for this video is going to be Chipotle. I got myself a regular chicken bowl, a bag of chips that's only filled up this much, a side of guacamole, and a Mexican Coke. I figured I should get a good variety of items. All that comes out to $17.51 if you buy it in store. It cost me $9.15 for the bowl, $4.65 for the chips and guac together, and then $3.45 for the Coke. Now it's time to place the exact same order on DoorDash. Now, if you saw how much I spent in my last DoorDash video, I think you know exactly where this is going. Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, the bowl starts at $11.90. That's already almost a $3 increase. And it won't even let me put both beans. I can only get one bean. There's no limits in real life Chipotle. It won't actually let me do any customization. I can't put extra of anything. Except for chicken, which costs an extra $4.70. Chips and guac are $6.05, so that's $1.40 extra. And then the Mexican Coke is $4.50, so that's another $1.05 extra that you're paying. Okay, so after all that, my total is $23.92, and that's with Dash Pass, so there's no delivery fee, which would have been $5. The fees also got taken down a little bit, so I should be paying even more. Straight up subtotal for subtotal, it's $5.20 more expensive to go on DoorDash for a pretty simple meal, which is a 30% upcharge. So not only are you tipping, you're paying a delivery charge, you're paying fees that they don't even explain to you. On top of all that, the food costs 30% more to buy. And if you saw my last DoorDash video, you know that the Dasher hardly even gets any of that money. It's actually crazy how much money they must be taking in.
Why is everybody so sure that that DoorDash customer was genuinely asleep? Do you know how often men do things like that to get women to see them or to touch them or something as a sexual thing? Like, are you aware of how often men do that? That's like a documented thing. I've heard stories of men pretending they are special needs to get women to help them go to the bathroom as a sexual thing. Also, whether you want to consider flashing to be SA or not, by definition, flashing can be considered SA. Indecent exposure can be SA. Now, I saw a video saying that she pushed his front door open, but I have not seen anything stating that that's what actually happened, that she opened the door more and she couldn't just see it from the outside of the door. And I also don't care if he was in the privacy of his own home. I don't know exactly where this occurred and what the laws are for that specific state, but in a lot of states, it is illegal to indecently expose yourself to the public, even if you're inside of your own home. If you are naked in your backyard and your neighbors can see you naked, that can be illegal depending on where you live. If you have your windows open and you're just naked in your house and somebody can see you from outside, that can be illegal depending on where you live. Same thing with requesting that a DoorDash driver come up straight to your front door and drop it off. If the door was open that much, that could be illegal for him to just have no bottoms on at all. I don't know all the details for this specific case, but it's not unheard of for a man to do this intentionally, and it's not all the girl's fault. So,
The DoorDash customer didn't tip, and sometimes that's okay. I'm going to preface this by saying that I usually don't take no-tip orders. And for one reason, no-tip orders usually are not worth the pay. I won't make any money off of them, and I do this as a job, so I need to be making money. I've been door dashing. I got knocked from platinum to silver status through no fault of my own, but I'm having to work my way back up, and the orders have just been not good. I just have not been having a last good 2 days. So after a long time of waiting for orders, one finally pops through, and I accept it, and there's no tip. And at this point, I'm pissed off, but there's really nothing that I can do because, like I said, I'm trying to work my way back up. I'm not going to unassign it, so I have to deliver the order. And the whole time, I'm just like, I'm not going to make any money off of this, and I'm just so frustrated. And then I pull up to the customer's house, and she's outside, and she comes up to me, and she hands me $3, and she's like, here, this is all I have. I'm sorry. And I was like, please keep it. Like, it's okay. And she's like, no, I would never order food if I wasn't able to give a little bit of something. And she like was starting to cry. And I was like, please take this. I don't need it. Please take it. And she wouldn't take it. And I wanted to like put it underneath a rock or something and just be like, please, it's yours. I said something like, you can do it, and I'm wishing like the best of luck to you. And I left there just feeling so bad. Like I wanted to just turn around and give her all of the cash that I had on me, which wasn't much. I think it was like $8. And this is where that saying comes in. There's always somebody who has it worse off than you do. Yes, I'm struggling. Yes, I also need to make money, but I'm here doing a job, making money. I don't know what her situation was, but I was humbled today. Everybody just needs some help every once in a while.
Hey, bro, you ain't really reached broke until you in that position where you door dashing every day for 10 to 12 hours a day and you're living off that money. Like, the bills is still coming. You still got to eat, but you out here door dashing, putting miles on your car, wasting about $40, $50 a tank each day, and still got to put all that back into it, gang. Like, that's a real grind. Like, when you in between jobs and you got to get out here and DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, whatever that may be, man, like, that's a real test of your will and how much you want to better your situation, boy, because it'll have you to that point. Like, on some real shit, I done been there, bro. Like, Ubering, DoorDashing 10, 12 hours a day, trying to just get $100. Like, that's a great day. When you get $100 doing that shit, that's a great day. Everybody tipping, all the orders is coming in. Like, them was one of the days you prayed for in that time period. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, that time period that shit wasn't it, bro. Like, I got to the point where I was selling all my shoes damn near. I'm selling little shit I could find that I don't need, shit I once worked hard for, but at the time it just don't matter. You feel me? Shit, life goes on. You could go get all that shit back. I was this close to selling my P5. I ain't get that down bad, but I was close to. But on everything, bro, one day I fucked around and hopped on TikTok, gang, and I was on some bullshit looking up like how to get some money and shit like that, right? So I happened to come across this one video and they pretty much was trying to, put niggas on game, side hustles, all that good shit. And they introduced that one app called Shipped to me. And I definitely say, like, if you in any major city, bro, download Shipped, man. Like, I haven't done it in a while because, you feel me? Like, I got my little bit of motion back, but on everything, Shipped really saved a nigga when a nigga was in that time period of going through it, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I had one great ass week doing Shipped, bro. And that was the week that really got a nigga out the situation on, bro. Like, no bullshit, right? It was 2-3 days out the week where a nigga hit in between like 200 and 250, right? And then boom, another 2 days where a nigga just hit 100. I hit close to 100, probably a little bit over 100. And then I had that last day where I hit for like 80, bro. Like, on some real shit, that was all I needed to get back right. You feel me? Like, on some real shit, bro. I know how that DoorDash grind feel, man. And if you going through that shit, keep thugging, bro. I promise you that shit gonna get better, man. It's gonna get better. And if you in a major city, download shit, bro, because that shit could get you, it'll put some extra money in your pocket for sure.
All right, breaking news to all my DoorDash gig workers out there doing your taxes. Hold your horses right now. This is not no clickbait. 1099 workers, if you are a gig economy worker, most of these apps like DoorDash, Instacart, Lyft, Uber Eats, they're all sending out the 1099 NECs that literally just dropped about a day or two ago. However, I'm recording this at around 9 o'clock right now at night, that I just talked to a couple clients today that are already sending out DoorDash 1099 NECs. The problem with that is that it's not showing tips. It's only showing base pay. If you want to deduct your tips on there as well, you're going to have to wait for an email. DoorDash's website is specifically stating it's going to be separated from the 1099 NEC, so the tips reported throughout the entire year are going to be reported in an email separate from the 1099 NEC. So if you're preparing your taxes now, you're getting all giddy about wanting to do your taxes with the self-employment, the gig economy wages, and doing your 1099, you may want to hold off because you can't deduct those tips yet, because What you're seeing in box 1 is not including the tips. It's only your base pay. If you want to report everything the correct way, you're going to have to wait until you see the tips amount so you can deduct up to $25,000. Keep this in mind. This is pretty big news. Now, from what I understand, Uber is providing that separately as well. You might see that right on the app. If you have any of the other gig economy apps, I want you to write down in the comments if you see tips reported separately. But DoorDash very specifically and explicitly is stating on their website that the tips for the no tax on tips is being recorded separately. You will see a separate email for that. So I know a ton of people who are ready to do their taxes and they got their 1099s because they're gig workers. It just want to hold off an extra couple minutes. This is, like I said, breaking news that it's coming out. As the first I've heard about it, I thought it was going to be reported all together. It's obviously not the case. I just want to make sure everyone knows. Now, also at the same time, since I'm on the same breath over here, self-employment 1099 workers, make sure you have your mileage expense as well so you can start to offset your income. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you are a gig economy worker, you are self-employed, which means you need a Schedule C. Because you are a small business, you have rights to deducting a lot of things for your business, including mileage and including your phone. Now, you want to talk to a tax professional to get the exact information, which I am one, but I'm going to tell you, if you go to a tax professional, they will help you deduct the right items for your expenses so you can offset your income and get paying less in taxes than what the IRS would actually just see as the main wages. Hopefully this helps. Any questions down below for self-employment? I want to hear you because I want to talk all things self-employment down below in the comments. My name's John. I do tax advice every single day, every morning and every night. If you like this, you found this valuable, make sure you hit that plus icon. Make sure you share this out to all of our gig economy friends as well.